In this video we're going to learn how to get that pesky little race off that often sticks on there when we push the hubs out of the control arms. This is because this is a split race bearing, and often when you pound the hubs out, that half of the bearing will stick on the hub, and it's really kind of fun to get off of there. There's a couple ways to do it. We'll show you both in this video here. The first one is going to be heat. Here's what we're going to use. We're going to use a cold chisel, 2 pound, and Mr. Map Torch, one of my favorites. Don't leave home without it. If you have a 914 or any other old car you want to restore, make sure you have a map torch. So basically, you see, here's all we have to do. We just basically heat that race up, part that's left on the hub, and heat it up good and hot. We probably trim this video back a bit for time's sake, but I like to make sure I spend a few minutes on that, just heating that up good and hot. Then I'm going to take a cold chisel and pop it into that joint, and that'll open up a little space in there. You're going to stick the cold chisel in, get it out a little further, and then let's start pushing it down the shaft. And again, alternate now one side to the other, and it takes a few hearty hits to kind of walk this down the shaft, but do it quickly so it's still hot, and away you go. Just walk it down the shaft, and after a few hits you'll be at the end and pop it off. Now, sometimes these can be stubborn and they won't come off that way. So this is where we use the second method. We use basically the same tools, except we add this one. This is Mr. Dremel with the carbide cutoff wheel. And to do this, you have to be very careful not to hit the shaft on the hub. And you want to just position it in here and cut a notch in the bearing race. Takes a little bit longer than that, but again, the miracles of modern video editing, we've kind of sped it up a bit here. Now come straight down on with your cold chisel, have a good sharp cold chisel, and give it a few real hearty whacks. Grab a hold there, give it a hearty whack with the hammer. It may take a few, go this way, go that way, but just a good hearty whack with the hammer and bang, it'll usually split that race. Once it's split, should just turn right off. There you go. Stay tuned for more. We're going to push out the bearing next.